I thought I would use this. I don't get a lot of time at shows to really tell about the songs because we'd be there all night. And so I picked 6 or 7 pieces, or maybe 8 pieces of music, depending on how far we get through them. I thought I'd give you a little background on them. And I picked out some old songs of mine from prior records, and a couple from my most recent record, and then a couple that's going to go on my next record. And then, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Glad to see everybody here. Alan and Walter and Steve and Mary Catherine's here. Man, there's a whole bunch of y'all, and I've got a little bit of a lag on the joining in, so bear with me. And but thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna start off with an old song I wrote back about 5 years ago. It was about when I moved home from Nashville in like 2006 or 2006, and you know, at the time I was 26 years old, and everybody had kind of gone off to college, and I went off to play in rock bands, and I kind of came home and to my little town of Scott Depot where I was born, and I rented a bunch of friends or acquaintances from high school at the local Applebee's, and they'd all, like 4 of them were doctors, which is ridiculous, and one was a veterinarian, and one worked for the FBI, so I mean, whatever. And they asked me what I was doing there, and I worked at the Applebee's, and so I jokingly said, "Oh, I own this Applebee's. Let me buy you guys a drink." And anyways, I haven't seen any of them since, and never really cared to anyways. But several years later, in 2015, I kind of wrote this song about that and how those old small hometowns change, even though you think they don't. They don't stand still in time like we see them. This is called My Old Town. When I came back to my old home, and it had been a while, that's for sure. Things still seem to look the same. The kids and the folks down on Scott Lane. Them good old boys who used to run around, they went off to college, now they run this town. My old girl I ain't seen in years. She married a doctor, got a house on a hill. I always see this town in my mind. Same old place now, frozen in time. Seems even small towns move on. And I hung around the station just a little too long. Now the girls still notice me at the bar, but as the washed up guys done live too hard. Hell, but I am cultured and I am free. Poverty can't take that from me. Knew a guy back when I played a mean guitar, but you stick around here, you don't get too far. So we packed the bags and we hit the road, but at 36 I done missed the boat. Always see this town in my mind. Same old place now, frozen in time. Seems even small towns move on. And I hung around the station just a little too long. Sometimes I wonder where I would be if I'd put down the dream long enough to see. Well, I'd probably be married and doing just fine, but I'd rather be singing this hard luck line. I always see this town in my mind, same old place now, frozen in time. Seems even small towns move on. And I hung around the station for just a little too long. Yeah, I hung around the station just a little too long. There we go. So I think a lot of y'all probably heard that song before, and if you have, I hope you enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite songs I've written. It came out on an old record of mine called Oklahoma Blues, and I think in 2016, and you can find that on all the streaming and all that stuff. That song has evolved a little bit over time, I think, as they all do. In fact, I do it in a different key now. All right, so... man, I've seen a lot of y'all joining in, man. This is great. It's so good to have all of y'all here. This is really fun, man. Max is doing a really great thing. This place looks absolutely awesome, as you can tell. I'm going to do a new song called Other Side of the World. One of the last gigs I had this year, before everything started getting canceled, at the end of January, I had a few in February, and I was leaving for tour in March when all this stuff went down, and I opened with this song at the Clay Center in Charleston, and it's called The Other Side of the World. I wrote it in late 2017 when I was in the studio down in Madison, which is an offshoot of Nashville. Summer had kind of laid over a little bit, and all the leaves are still in the trees in November, and 2017 was a really rough year, and I was kind of watching the weather start to turn cold while we were there. And I'd also forgotten when I'd lived in Nashville how, you know, if you live in a big city, when it's cloudy at night, all the light pollution kind of bounces off of it, the clouds, and diffuses it. And it kind of seems like it never gets dark at night. So anyway, it's just kind of like odd observations that became this song where I was noting that I kind of have to start my life over and over and over again. So I kind of came up with this, and I didn't think much of the song at the time, and a couple years later we started putting it in our set, and it got a good response, and so I thought I'd play it for you tonight. And it's a little warm for Nashville this time of year. I guess it just goes to show some things are out of place. But the winds have changed that bring the cold. They are coming as it throws the last summer leaves upon my face. Every home I've ever had in the end is like a ghost, and I can still feel my footsteps on these streets of a young man long ago. Now I'm living on the other side of this world. Yeah, I'm living on the other side of this world. I'd forgotten how the darkness never comes on cloudy nights. I'd hustle from the city, charge the sky with all its corporate light. And I often think of you, how you seemed so goddamn out of place. How I broke your heart just to spare myself that look upon your face. Every home I've ever had in the end is just another start. And highway miles are more like an ocean, so far from my heart. It's like you're living on the other side of this world. It's like you're living on the other side of this world. Every home I've ever had in the end, they're like grains of sand. I'm just trying to hold on to the feeling while it slips through my hands. It's like I'm living on the other side. Yeah, I'm living on the other side. Sometimes I swear I'm living on the other side of this world. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I can't see if y'all are commenting or not, so if you didn't like it, I'm going to have no idea, so I'm just going to assume you do so I can look like an idiot later on. But I hope you did, and thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see, we've got a few other people here, and we're getting up to a whole bunch of folks. That's really cool. Thank you guys a whole lot. If you guys want to, if you like what you hear and you want to support it, you know, there's a link I think he's posted to a Venmo account at BlueLava Audio, and I'm going to see a little bit of that too. And so if you want to keep my kids healthy and eating, you know, you can throw a couple $1,000s in the tip jar, or whatever the spirit moves you to do. All right, so I'm gonna do a new song that's going on my new record as well. I always get 2 requests from my publicist, and I think that's an unfair term to use for him. He's one of the finer publicists in the country, and I'm really lucky to work with him. But he works with me a lot outside of just pushing my records to radio and media. He's been a confidant and a friend. His name's Adam Dawson. We call him Coach. He also represents some of the finest songwriters in the country, and he offers advice. And I'll tell you a little bit more about a conversation we had today later on in the video. But he always requests Easter Sunday Mornings and Gone is Gone of mine that are going on my new record, and he really likes both of those. And so the man asks and the man gets. I don't think he can watch tonight because he is representing some other artists that he works with that are on Americana highways. And so he's over there peddling their Venmo accounts. But I'm sure he'll watch this later on and will appreciate it nonetheless. I wrote this song. I wrote this song about a couple traveling cross country and how they weren't speaking to one another. The relationship had gone stale, and yet a song that they both knew came on the radio, and they probably both recognized they were both singing along in their heads to break the silence. And it was something they shared, so it was kind of a bittersweet memory. I wrote the chorus of this mainly about my ex-girlfriend, and not in a bad way. We had a fine relationship, and if I could boil it down to one thing that kind of ended the relationship, was that we both wanted the same thing, it just kind of on different paths. And so I came up with the chorus. So we had everything we wanted, but we still got it wrong, because I think that happens to a lot of people in the world, and it was definitely happening there. It was kind of my early echoes of what was to come the next few months, I think. But anyways, the song is called "Gone Is Gone." We drove through the night, hadn't said a word since we passed through Sturgis. Janie held her hands like all Midwestern girls do when they're nervous. Guy was on the radio, you couldn't hear it, but we both sang along. It wasn't his best tune, but even his worst ones were our favorite songs. I know you couldn't hear it, but we both sang along. Just trying to break the silence with a Guy Clark song. We had everything we wanted, but we still got it wrong. I know you couldn't hear it, but we both sang along. We made it back home. Janie said she'd hoped that it might look different. She said, I'll pack my things, maybe you should go out for 45 minutes. Well, I drove to get gas, stopped by Davies to have me a cold one. Try to find the words, but it don't matter now, 'cause gone is gone. I know you couldn't hear it, but we both sang along. Just trying to break the silence with a Guy Clark song. We had everything we wanted, but we still got it wrong. I know you couldn't hear it, but we both sang along. I know you couldn't hear it, but we both sang along. I know she couldn't hear it, but we both sang along. We drove through the night, hadn't said a word since we passed through Sturgis. Janie he held her hands like all Midwestern girls do when they're nervous. So here's Gone and Gone from Mr. Adam Dawson. And I hope he enjoys it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. We got a whole bunch of you watching in and out. I see you coming and going. I haven't been able to see any comments that says whether I'm not doing a good job or not. So we're just going to run, like I said, on that idea that everything is cool. I don't know how long I've been doing this now. I don't see a clock anywhere, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Hey Max, how long have I been doing this?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, good. All right, that sounds great. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna do a song called, I can't remember, it's a I ain't had nothing. No, it's definitely in 4. So I haven't done this song in quite a while, and I love this song. In 2017, I was camping with my family across country, and I was playing some shows, and we went and saw some family, and we were gone about 3 weeks, and we had the misfortune of camping in a place where a young boy who was 30 years old had a heart attack in the campsite next to us, and my wife at the time was called the ambulance, and I went over and gave him CPR along with another gentleman, and unfortunately the young boy died the next day. And my wife couldn't really shake it, man. She was really torn up by it, and I kind of wrote this song as a lullaby for her to soften the edges of the event. I checked the boy's Facebook page, and he was in Tennessee. At that campground. He was staying there for a few weeks, so I went to flight school, and his brother was a bush pilot in Alaska, so I assumed he was maybe trying to get his license so he could go be with his brother. I don't know. But I wrote the song as kind of a comfort for her, and 3 weeks after I wrote this song for her, she passed away suddenly in the middle of the night at 33 from a blood clot. And so in the end, I guess maybe I wrote this song to soften the edges of the situations for myself. This song's called Aviator, and it's on my most recent album, Unicorns, and I hope you enjoy this song. Leaving my home, mama, leaving my home. My head's going crazy, this town's growing walls. Packing up my bags, mama, packing up my bags. I'm heading out to Anchorage, mama, packing up my bags. 'Cause I ain't had nothing here, I can't seem to find no purpose in my life. So I guess I'll start again, build a better life up in the sky. Got my ticket today, mama, got my ticket today. I'm gonna see my brother, mama, and learn to fly them planes. 'Cause I'm leaving my home, mama, leaving my home. My head's going crazy, this town's growing walls. 'Cause I ain't had nothing here, I can't seem to find no purpose in my life. So I guess I'll start again, build a better life up in the sky. It's funny, don't they say, Mama? It's funny, don't they say? I got the call this evening, I'm gonna be a saint. I'm up there in that sky, Mama. I'm up there in that sky. I'm with the Rock of Ages, and I finally learned to fly. 'Cause I ain't had nothing here. I can't seem to find no purpose in my life. So I guess I'll start again, build a better life up in the sky. 'Cause I'm up there in that sky, Mama. I'm up there in that sky with the Rock of Ages, and I finally learned to fly. And then to bring the song back up to a happier level. See, doesn't that always do it? A good bluegrass ending, that'll always bring you right back up. All right, let's see. I'm kind of burning through my songs here a little bit. Oh, so I'll tell you a little story while I'm getting ready for, what should I do next? Oh, yeah, I'll do Drown next. That's a good one. So anyways, I've been looking this way, and I apologize, man. I'll look at y'all for this. So I decided, like, you know, nobody's really, like, recording anything. So I'll spill a little bit of the beans for you guys who have been following me, is that my publicist, who, like, I've already told what a wonderful man he is, was in talks with a guy out west in San Francisco who was looking for a younger songwriter and somebody, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so anyways, he gives him my name. And throughout a series of conversations and meetings, this guy at this record label is going to produce and pay for our next record. And he works in conjunction with a record label or a recording studio in Lexington with a pretty big time engineer and producer who has worked. Both of these guys have worked with Justin Wells on his last record, and this guy in San Francisco has also done all the Malcolm Holcomb records, and he's worked with John Hammond, and the list goes on. It's ridiculous. So we were supposed to record in April, and that obviously did not happen. And so now, with everything being shut down for who knows how long, it looks like this record might not get made to the end of the year. And so I was thinking about, like, with some dead time, to put out like a 6-song EP of some B-sides from my last couple of records that not got out there. It was songs that I really liked, just never made the records. And Adam said he hated the idea because just to send it out into the ether for fans is great, but a new record is supposed to gain new fans, and with another full record coming up, it was a bad idea. So after a 3-hour-long debate this morning on the phone, I think we're coming close to the idea of we're going to put together a small publicity campaign of media and radio, and I am going to do the 6-song EP, and Adam's going to promote it on a smaller scale, and then we're going to make the next full-length record come out in mid-2021, which it would have probably been February of 2021 anyways. And so we're going to use this as a precursor leading up to. And so we haven't finalized that idea, meaning that Adam hasn't allowed me to say I'm going to do it yet. And so hopefully I'm going to go into the studio at my place and record the solo and then take it from there and mix and master somewhere else and then kind of see where that takes us. And so I think there was a point to that. Nope. I'm not doing any of the songs that EP. The songs I'm picked for that EP are songs that I've never done live, other than one song I know I did at the International Blues Showcase in Memphis, and I did it this year, and it went over really well. Outside of that, nobody's ever heard these songs live. So it ought to be pretty fun. This next song is going to go on my record that we're going to make this year with the gentleman from San Francisco. His name is Brian Brinkerhoff. And the aforementioned relationship that ended, that I was talking about in Gone Is Gone, I wrote this song for her when we first started going out. It was the first relationship I had after my wife had passed away. And so it was weird sort of finding love and tenderness again in such a cold, hard world kind of thing. And I call it Drowned. And hopefully I can remember all the words, because I haven't done this in quite a while, because I've been playing shows in a while either, and I didn't have time to rehearse all these. So you're going to see how I do off the cuff with this. And I've been pacing around these floors, like I ain't done in quite a while. I can't tell if it's the whiskey or the fear that's in your smile. You spent a couple years digging bones in this old town, just trying to find the answers, but them bones don't make a sound. But darling, you ain't the only one who still believes in ghosts. Well, I sing with so much doubt it shakes the walls of my old home. But I know God is watching. I know that God is there. I can hear God talking. He put the flowers in your hair. And you're feeling all the strain to lug around this heart of gold. When the waters start to rise, you just sink down like a stone. And I climbed up on the steeple in the search for higher ground, just waiting for a boat while everybody swims around. And I thought to take to jumping just to see it all shake out. But I wear my ghost around my neck and the chains will drag me down. But I know God is watching. I know that God is there. I can hear God talking. He put the flowers in your hair. So close your eyes and count to 10. I'll call you in and we'll be kids again. Sometimes you gotta sink rather than swim. Sometimes you gotta sink rather than swim. Sometimes you gotta sink rather than swim. But I know God is watching. I know that God is there. I can hear God talking. He put the flowers in your hair. But I know God is watching. I know that God is there. I can hear God talking. He put the flowers in your hair. 'Cause I've been pacing around these floors like I ain't done in quite a while. I can't tell if it's the whiskey for the fear that's in your smile. So there's Drowned. We actually really found a cool band arrangement for that, and we ended up doing like a 3-part harmony on it, and it turned out really cool. And Anders, my upright bass player and my sailing partner around the United States lately, and my best friend does an amazing job on these songs with bass, and he adds so much that it almost isn't the same music without him. And we tour mostly just me and him, but I have a full band consisting of him and Jeff Bogus, a longtime lead guitarist of mine from back in the Prohibition days, and Mark Coppola, harmonica player and percussionist, and then Jeremy Wood Roberts from Flat Tracker plays drums for me, and then most recently McKenna Hope, young, very, very talented woman who just put out a recent record that I produced and engineered. She sings backup for me, and she sings way better than I do. And she's amazing. And then Mark Bates also has played piano with me some, and also does vocals. So we've had a really good big band in some of our larger shows. And hopefully, if we can ever get back to having larger shows, you'll get to see all of them again. So I'll tell you what. Speaking of McKenna Hope. McKenna Hope recorded one of my songs on her record. And I was smitten that she chose one of my songs to record on her record. It's called Heirloom Seeds. And it was a song I wrote about after my wife passed away, and that she always was a gardener. She loved gardening, and she was good at it. And I am not patient or apt for it or good at it. And but I was determined that I would uphold some of these values for my children. And so I kind of wrote a song about gardening, and then the heirloom seeds, it was kind of a talk, she always wanted to have heirloom seeds from her grandmother, kind of keep that thing going. And I got to thinking about the timelessness of humans and how those seeds that you get passed down were really cool. And I'm going to have to really strain to remember this song seriously this time. Anyways, this is called Heirloom Seeds. And my speaking of Adam Dawson, who doesn't really like this song, for whatever reason, because I think it's great, and I'm playing it just to spite him. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. When flowers bloom in a fight amidst the rain, turn the earth to break her silence, it's spring again. Out in the shed, there's a box upon the shelf, marked Halloween decorations, but I know what it meant. There's a small slip of paper and some dusty old seeds, discount fertilizer, dime store runner beans. Summer comes, but our love won't grow. Made it to the harvest without a damn thing to show. Winter breaks, put our faith back in the land. Maybe we can live forever with these seeds in my hand. Been sorting out my demons and the doubts of my self-worth, geographical cures and lifetimes in the dirt. A dusty little memory in a box upon the shelf, heirlooms of your hands and all that they held. Summer comes, but our love won't grow. Made it to the harvest without a damn thing to show. Winter breaks, put our faith back in the land. Maybe we can live forever with these seeds in my hand. to the harvest without a damn thing to show. When it breaks, put our faith back in the land. Maybe we can live forever with these seeds in mind. Maybe we can live forever with these seeds in mind. Maybe we can start over with these seeds in my hand. All right. How we doing, Max?
Got 12 minutes.
Oh, okay. Shoot, I got like 2 songs or something. All right, well, I got to do Easter Sunday mornings. So I was going to do Pawn Shop Diamonds. McKenna usually backs me up on that song too. Pawn Shop Diamonds is one of my favorite new songs I've written, and I haven't done it live very much. It's kind of a slow song. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to go out with Easter Sunday mornings. Pawn Shop Diamonds was kind of related to finding love again, and it was based on the idea of, you're kind of a marred rock, and that's pretty literal. What I mean is, I'm a 37-year-old hobo-looking musician with 3 kids, and who wants that? And I think that's probably a pretty easy way to say that. So I wrote Pawn Shop Diamonds. It was about the time that I quit drinking whiskey. I didn't stay with that very long, but at the time I was. And it was good that I did. It was a really rough time in my life, and I probably would have over-abused it more than I already do, so it was good. I got off of it for a couple months. But anyways, this song's called Pawn Shop Diamonds, and I hope you like it. Let me fix my guitar there. I've given up on whiskey. I've given up on everything else. It ain't done nothing for me. And I'm good at putting friends back on the shelf. There ain't no use in praying, looking for a sign to guide your way. When you're hell-bent on a heartache, still can't hear the words I'm trying to say. So I'm taking to the truth and the stars above. I was asking for a playground push and got a schoolyard shove. Trying to sell you pawn shop diamonds. Trying to give you pawn shop diamonds. Trying to sell you pawn shop diamonds. Or leftover love. Well, I never took to sleeping. Love the sweet embrace at 2 a.m. Well, at least it gives me reason to let you run around in this old head. When there ain't no use in staying, why the hell I'm standing at your door, looking for the answers to questions you ain't even asking for. So I'm taking to the truth and the stars above. Looking for a playground push and got a schoolyard shove. Trying to sell you pawn shop diamonds. Trying to give you pawn shop diamonds. Trying to sell you pawn shop diamonds. And who wants pawn shop diamonds? Or leftover love? All right, that one is coming along really good, man. I started producing that song on my own before I got this record offer, and we wanted to do the record in kind of an '80s Bruce Springsteen style with a lot of synth floating underneath for ambience, and we started with that song, and I think we hit on something really magical with it, and so I'm really excited to see what Dwayne Lundy comes up with when we go to his studio to record it. I got one song left, and again, this is the other request by Mr. Adam Dawson. I wrote this song for my mother. Me and her got into a large fight on Easter, 2 Easters ago. Just both of us kind of hurting and angry at life. And I went home that night and wrote this song about an easier time in our lives and looking back on it. I'm one of those people, I still drive home to the home I grew up in once in a while just to see it. And I'd done that recently before I wrote the song, and so it kind of stuck with me. It's called Easter Sunday Mornings. Guys, thank you so much. Max Ross is doing a lot of great things here, man, and he's as we found out, he's ran sound for me several times, and I've been watching the stuff he's been doing here, and he's been doing a great job with this, and he's doing the thing, and I'm hoping to get with him and work out a thing to get some of these videos finished, and hopefully you'll be seeing those soon on my website. But I want to thank him for having me. It was really an honor to be up here, and this has been really fun. Thank you guys to everybody that's watching, and I've really enjoyed it. And I know I can't hear your applause or your boos or you throwing tomatoes, which sometimes that's a blessing. But thanks for being here, and I really enjoyed doing this. This is my last song called Easter Sunday Mornings. I hope you guys enjoy it. I still visit the old home place for no reason now and then. A row of houses too familiar, fourth on the left, number 106. But does the green grass hold my memories? Miss these feet from time to time. Do its roots rise up and reach for me? And in the breeze, waves goodbye. I still hear my brother's footsteps, a mother's call to come back in. Christmas tree dad planted in 1989. Well, he's gone, and so is it. And I miss Easter Sunday mornings, the ones I knew as a kid. 'Cause every spring our Savior goes back up to heaven with a few more of my friends. I mailed love letters to my girlfriend. She barely lived 2 miles away. I was 10, she was perfect, and I still love her to this day. It's family cars and truck stop diners, neighbors' Kool-Aid and Solo cups. I feel my childhood losing signal, fading out, breaking up. I still hear my brother's footsteps. My mother's call to come back in. The Christmas tree Dad planted in 1989. Well, he's gone now, so is it. And I miss Easter Sunday mornings, but just the ones when I was a kid. 'Cause every spring our Savior goes back up to heaven with a few more of my friends. And I miss Easter Sunday mornings, but fourth on the left, number 106. Thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate your time. And some people have asked me before, fourth on the left, number 106. I grew up on a little house, 106 Village Drive was our address, and all the houses in the neighborhood looked the same. They were all built by the same builder. It was a quintessential suburban neighborhood in 1980s. And so we would tell people, we're fourth on the left, number 106. Anyways, thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Max. Thank you, everybody that watched, and I hope to see you guys soon.